What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Spinfuel's Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be checking out the Academy of Shapeshifters mod. So before we get started here today, guys, I do want to give a huge shout out to Chris Gaddy from Monster Mods. He's the one that sent this thing to me for the purpose of this review. So big shout out to you, Chris. Really do appreciate it. Many thanks. So let's get started here. So this mod is called the Academy of Shapeshifters, or A.O.S.S, if you want to shorten it. It's available in 5 different colors from monstermods.net. Of course, I'll have a link in the description. So it's available in red, dark blue, purple, light blue, which is what I've got here, as well as black. The price is $159, and basically it's a 120 watt regulated device. It's up to 120 watts. So the specs on this device, regulated output from 3.7 volts to 6 volts. It says box voltage readings are approximate and will vary slightly. This is normal. Side mounted white voltmeter, which you'll see of course in the close-up section. 12 millimeter flush clicky firing switch. Flat top Fat Daddy Vapes 22 millimeter spring-loaded 510 connector. Potentiometer mounted inside the box to prevent accidental voltage change. It has an on and off switch, battery voltage and output voltage switch, a reverse polarity protection, a battery pull tab, all components neatly mounted on a PCB, custom anodized billet aluminum case, magnetic lid with hidden magnets, and laser engraved artwork, logo, and unique serial number. So, before we go down to the close-ups, let's show you some vapor production. Alright guys, let's go down to the close-up view and take a better look at this thing. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have the Academy of Shapeshifters mod here by Monster Mods, and now we're just going to take a quick 360 look at it. Here we have our switch. Not the clickiest of switches in the world, but it does the job. Down here we have a LED screen which shows you the working voltage as well as your battery life if you toggle the switch inside, which I'll show you in a moment. So a nice logo right here. That's the Academy of Shapeshifters logo. And on this side we have another logo there. Let's show you a little bit of a close-up of that. Very simple design, you know, nothing too flashy or anything like that. I really like the color of this thing. It is anodized aluminum, which, you know, kind of worries me a little bit, but I feel like I'm going to end up scratching this thing, which I don't want to because it is really attractive right now. Speaking of, that's the bottom section there. As you can see, the little battery door tab here. Very convenient for getting your battery door off. Not like it's a hard task or anything like that, but it's there if you need it. And we'll just take that off now. So here are the internals, and as you can see, very clean, very neat inner workings of this device here. We have the ribbon to get your batteries out a little bit easier. A nice looking sled. I'm not sure if he 3D prints them or buys them, but in any case, nice looking sled with the marked battery, you know, positive negatives on the batteries there, as well as the Monster Mods logo again down there. We have our potentiometer right there, which is going to be, you know, turning up and down your voltage or wattage, which the outside screen shows working voltage, so it's better to think of this thing as a variable voltage device, although, you know, obviously voltage affects watts and all that. But that being said, it does show the working voltage. Up here you have an on and off switch, which is a little bit difficult to reach, but I do like that they included that feature. And down here there's another switch for switching the LED screen from showing the working voltage to showing the battery voltage, which is definitely convenient. You know, I like, you know, keeping these things safe. I know once my batteries get down to a certain voltage, then it's time to change them. And this allows me to do that without any guesswork. So up here, of course, you have your switch, your 510. The 510 sits fairly flush. I mean, there is a little bit of a bump out there, but nothing that's going to really take away from the overall design of this device. The button, really nice button. Really kind of wish it either felt a little bit more clicky or had a little bit more of a tactile kind of feel, but I like it because it's sleek, so there's that. As you can see, the upper workings of this thing, very, very, very clean, no hot glue or anything like that. So overall, very good design. So let's just back off the camera again real quick, and I'll show you the 510 pin. It is a floating 510. Hopefully you guys can see it's going up and down there. The threads are really, really nice and clean. No hanging up issues, no burrs, no screeching or anything like that. Really, really clean threads on this thing, and I do like them. No airflow underneath, but who needs that nowadays? So let's just real quick show you how I install my batteries on this device, because I feel like the little ribbon here is a little extra long. So first of all, you take your first battery and install it into the bay that's closest to the potentiometer here, with the ribbon underneath, of course. I get out any slack on the other battery bay there. Then I flip this piece of ribbon over and I install my other battery. And that way I don't have any slack or any excess ribbon hanging outside the box to prevent my battery cover from going on nice and flush. So as you can see, very nice. Now, first thing I'm going to do is make sure this thing is on, which you do need a screwdriver or a pen or something like that. Just going to thread my tugboat on top here. That's how I've been rocking it lately. Alright, so real quick, I'm just going to show you how the actual LED screen works. So push the button down, and after about a second or so, it's going to show the working voltage of whatever you have on top there. And of course that increases the more you increase with the potentiometer, all the way up to 6 volts. Now the other toggle for this screen, like that, shows the actual battery voltage. So right there, my batteries are in really good shape. Nice fresh set right off the charger. And that screen stays on. If you have that toggle switch down, then that screen stays on like that, which I'm not a huge fan of. I really wish it would turn off after a second or something like that. But it is nice to have that feature just so you can check up on your battery life, make sure you're not overdraining your batteries, unlike a lot of the other box mods on the market right now. While we're up in this view, you can see that he even went as far as coloring the screw heads for the screen here, which I think is a nice touch. I mean, everything about this thing screams just overall quality and really, really, really nice looking internals. I couldn't, say enough about how much I actually really like the internals of this thing. Very clean, very stylish, very well put together. So let's go ahead, throw the battery cover back on. We'll go up to the main screen and we'll talk about some pros and cons. Alright guys, so let's go over some pros, some cons, and whether or not I would purchase this device. So first of all, the pros. My first pro is going to be that it hits really hard and you get that true voltage feeling out of this device. I mean, honestly, a lot of the box mods nowadays, you can have them cranked up to like 75 watts and you don't really feel that voltage. With this one here, I put it at 4 volts and this thing absolutely rips. So you get a really nice true voltage feeling, and there's no loss of voltage anywhere in this device or anything like that. So this thing hits like a beast. That being said, my second pro is going to be that it's a sleek design. I mean, I really like that he used a nice CNC box, none of those old Hammond boxes, hidden magnets, the color is nice. He's got a few different colors to choose from as well, which is a great thing. My third pro is going to be the price. Of course, for 160 bucks, you get a few of the features that the Hexome and the Tugboat box mods kind of missed out on. So I really think that there's a lot of value for your money in this thing. So let's move on to some cons. My first con is going to be that the switches are pretty much unreachable when the batteries are installed. I've always had to use a pen or a screwdriver or something like that to reach those switches, which can be a bit of a pain in the butt. I mean, I can see that, if you guys are out there doing your jobs or whatever, not everyone works at a vape shop like me, so I get to sit around and fiddle with the mods all day. I can see that that could be a bit of an issue for anyone that's out there, that's just working or something like that, doesn't have access to a screwdriver or a pen or anything like that. So a little bit inconvenient, but my second con is going to be the battery voltage meter stays on when it's selected on the lower switch down there. I really wish there would have been some sort of way that he could have worked it out to have that go on for a few seconds and then shut off or something like that, but unfortunately that's not the case. He said he tried and he didn't find a way to kind of configure the board to do that, so you know, I really can't fault him for that too much, but it is a kind of a drawback that you can't just click a button and see the voltage or something like that, but hey, it is what it is. My next con is going to be the button is not very clicky as advertised. I know in the description it says a clicky button. I don't think this is a very clicky button. I mean, it's kind of a soft press. It's a very short throw. Not like those hex ohm buttons, which are big and chunky, and you know when you're pressing it because it gives a big audible click. Kind of would have liked to see a happy medium with this box mod here. I do like that it's nice and flush and it doesn't protrude very far or anything like that, but you can't really feel when you're clicking that button, and I for one tend to favor the buttons that feel a bit more clicky to me. My next con is going to be that the ribbon is a little extra long. I mean, it's a very, very minor thing to say, but I felt like I had to mention it because it was one of those things that kind of bugged me when I was first starting to use this device. Just kind of one of those drawbacks where it's easily correctable. I mean, some people would find that it's handy to have it a little bit extra long, but me personally, I like it out of the way, out of sight, out of mind, that kind of thing. So yeah, I just had to mention that. And my final con, I mean, it's very, very minor once again, but there is a little bit of a wiggle. You could probably hear that when it comes to that battery door. I mean, you can shake it around, it's not going to wiggle, anything like that, but it is a little bit, when your hand is on it like that, it just kind of wiggles around, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but that kind of thing kind of bugs me a little bit. Not sure if that could be solved if they used a fourth magnet, but I don't know. I just felt like mentioning it. I mean, it's a very, very, very minor con. Let's just put it that way. Which brings me to my next point. Would I purchase this device if I did not receive it for free for the purpose of this review? My answer would be yes. Like I said in the pros, I really see a lot of value for your money in this device. You're getting a few extra features that box mods like the Hex Ohm or the Tugboat box mods don't have, and I like those features a lot. I just wish they would have kind of worked out the switch configuration and the, you know, extenders or something like that, little rubber extenders. I don't know, maybe something to help those switches out a little bit. But that being said, I've been using this for the past few weeks and I absolutely love it. I definitely recommend it for all you box mod fans out there that are looking for something that's like a Hex Ohm with these kind of features on it. So that being said, make sure you check the links in the description if you want to get one of these for yourself. Do one more little vape production shot off of this thing, then we'll do our sign out. Alright guys, so that does it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. All the support is really amazing and it helps me out quite a bit. If this is your first time watching, don't forget to subscribe and check out spinfuel.com. I have all my videos up there as well as Smoke and Joy and Spinfuel official videos. And as always, vape on!